Good morning. I'm up at Inverleigh near Geelong with Sam. I've driven past this place numerous times. I always thought I'd do a bit of a walk here. So yeah, we're just looking for something a little bit easy to stretch the legs a little bit. So this is, it checks out the old town. It's like an historic old town. Does a bit of a river walk. It's kind of come in about 4Ks. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. There's a few people around, but I should be right to video most of it without getting too embarrassed. All right, I'll spin the camera around and look at something better, eh? So we're starting from the Lawson's picnic area. They got this old police cell that was built in the late 1850s, early 1860s. Coincidentally, a little after the pub over the road was built, which was the 1850s. They obviously built the pub and thought they might need a police cell close by. This is I think it's the Goin River, but I'll check the map that we're going down to here, and we're going to follow along for a while. Yeah, not the Goin River. This is the Leigh River that we're going to be meandering along a little bit. So we've just crossed the Leigh River on the footpath beside the main Hamilton Highway. There's a footpath there, so you don't have to walk on the road. Now we're following the river upstream a little bit. Bridge closed awaiting inspection. Oh yeah, I'm not sure what bridge that is, but we'll find out. So the picnic areas have that side of the river. So we're kind of pretty well out of the little town already. There was that bridge closed sign. I'm not sure which bridge it refers to. There is a suspension bridge back across the river, so possibly it's referring to that. So we'll see how we go. We might have to come back the same way. There's an old windmill up there. So I'm guessing the old timers planted all this prickly pear, or planted a bit of prickly pear, and it's taken over on this little bit. Kind of wonder why the local council doesn't get stuck into it a bit. Anyway, something different. We're heading up that hill over there now. So we just climbed Mount Inverleigh. That's the river down there below us. And that's the town through the trees over there. Mount Inverleigh may be a feral fact though. So obviously that river's got red gums beside it, which are nice. So we've made it to the suspension bridge. This is where on our way back we swing across the river. This is the one that I thought they may be referring to with that bridge was closed sign back there, but it doesn't look like it's closed to me. I mean, the river's not very big. I'd easily get across it, but I've got to consider my offside today. I got Sam with me and she's not keen on fording rivers, but the bridge is open, so that's no worries. That's one crisis averted. Since leaving the suspension bridge, the track's a little braided. There's sometimes a lower route and a higher route up there. So if anyone sees this and wants to walk, like know exactly where I was walking, I basically staying on the low route. I said to Sam, we'll stay on the low route and the way down, or the way up, and then we'll come back to the suspension bridge along the route up the top there. They do join up occasionally, and they're not really well signposted. They both look fairly major in spots. You're not going to get Ross, so you've got a big river beside you. There's another shot of the Leigh River. It's actually pretty, way prettier than I thought it'd be. Town's just up to the left. So we're walking through a few casuarinas mixed up with a few red gums now. Probably not far from the turnaround point. I think we've done about 2 k's. It's I don't know, early-ish October in Melbourne. It's quite a nice day. It's very pleasant temperature today. It's around probably 16 degrees, sunny, blue skies. Perfect, probably almost perfect walking weather. These red gums are big. We've just ambled up to this peninsula in the river. So, like I said before, I'm using some of Julie Monday's notes. This is where she suggests to turn around at this old windmill and water tank. I'm not sure how much further I could go anyway, but I'm going to spin around here and head back to town across that suspension bridge. So we're heading back. That's the river track down the bottom there. We just head back beside the paddocks, away from the river a bit. So this is probably the highlight of the walk, the Federation Bridge. It says bridge closed, but I'm guessing that's to horses, because it looks like it's pretty open to me.
There's a picture of a horse.
Be a brave person to ride a horse across this anyway, I reckon. With it swinging around a bit. That's beautiful. Okay, well, we've left the river. We're walking up into Inverleigh now, to the old town again. Hopefully we'll find a little cafe, grab a coffee or something on the way back to the car. So this bluestone building is the old Presbyterian church, and that more Gothic job over there we think is the Anglican church. They date back from like the 1860s. So this is the main street of Inverleigh. There's a couple of cafes. There's a bakery over there. There's a cafe over there we might wander over and check out. Yeah, it's the Hamilton Highway running through the middle of town. So we stopped at the little Whole Food cafe and store. No photos of food, that was inhaled, along with the long black. We're just walking up and across under the road up here. There's a few of these old buildings along the main street, the old cottages, not just old churches there. And the old pub down the end here. Okay, so we're pretty well back at the car. Just crossed under the new bridge. Passing the old bridge. And I'll swing the camera around and sign off. So someone's got their caravan parked in the middle of the public park on the grass. It's interesting. This is yeah, like I said, Inverleigh. It's a nice little spot. Definitely, there's a good picnic ground for the kids, or a good playground for the kids on the other side of the river. A really good playground. This side of the river, the highway, a little bit quieter. If you want,
playground.
there's still a little bit of a playground here, but yeah, this is a bit quieter. Nice for a picnic or whatever. All right, enough of me waffling. I'll spin the camera around. That's the river down there. Okay, so according to All Trails, this walk came out about 5.2 k's, which sounds about right. Maybe a little bit over the odds. And about 30 metres climbing, which is pretty spot on, I reckon. There's a few little rises along the river as it goes over a couple of little spurs, but nothing much. So yeah, I'm at Inverleigh near Geelong in Victoria. Nice little walk if you like historic buildings and creek or riverside views. There's a lot of red gums, a few casuarinas. The creek's actually, or the river's actually surprisingly pretty. Flows over some like quartzite rock by the look of it, so it's clear in spots, which is sometimes unusual. And there's probably a choice of 5 different eateries in town for a feed, or there's the picnic area behind me, and there's one just over the road behind me now, which is more for kids with a really good playground. All right, I'm going to jump in the car and start making my heading towards home, I guess. Catch you next time.